Alright, boys. I guess I'm making this video because there's something in this game that's quite unfair. Oh, not this game, but there's something you can add to your game with the new GeForce update. I don't think it's that new, but it's in beta. That's kind of unfair. And the thing is that streamers and YouTubers can all hide this. Is what I'm talking about is, if you see in the middle of my screen, it's a crosshair. It's a sticker used from the new geforce game filters, and it's basically shrunken down to the smallest size, and you can put it in the middle of your screen, and it's basically gives you a huge advantage. At least I think so. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test my skills with this crosshair and then take it off and then show you the difference in my gameplay. So I'm gonna use tap shoot guns. I'm not gonna use AK because this isn't really, it benefits AK a bit, but not as much as these tap shoot guns. So I'm gonna use the semi, the the python, and the bow, and just show you how good I am with this fucking crosshair, and then like the comparison to when it's off. So say you're just fighting, and yeah, you basically already have your gun lined up, so you just scope in and literally spray like it's retarded. You can do this at any range. Depending on how lucky your aim cone is. But strafing gives you a big advantage. So like flicking and stuff, you don't even need to readjust because you're already there. Because usually when you don't have a crosshair, it's kind of difficult. I mean, once you play the game a lot more, it's kind of difficult to center your screen on them. So it's just like you instant nick them. But with this, you literally just know exactly where you're aiming. So people who don't have this, you just get a huge advantage over. And I'm gonna show you with bow, and I think it's probably the most OP on the bow, just because of bow jumping. So I missed, but this crosshair is fucking disgusting. So basically, you just line up the smiley face with the character. So it's pretty stupid. You just gotta get used to like the height you're supposed to put it above, right? So I don't know how far I have to be from this. Like, I'm not that good with it because I don't really like using it. I haven't really used it, but I notice when you switch it off, it's so hard to jump shoot. It's actually ridiculously hard. But when you have it on, it's like ridiculous. You don't even need to have skill to do this anymore. You could just use a crosshair. And the thing is, this isn't bannable. Like, this isn't a bannable thing because it's not actually in your game files. And I mean, people have used a trick where they put duct tape on their monitor with the dot. So I'm like debating whether to use this or like not use it, because I don't want to feel like I'm cheating. Because it's just not fun playing like that. When I was younger, I used to cheat in Minecraft, you know? Use the notice client, X-ray, no clip into people's bases and faction servers and do it all. But like now I kind of want to like, you know, actually play legit. But you don't even need to look at your arrow anymore, because you just get used to the height where your crosshair is supposed to be at, and then you just use that as the indicator. So now I'm going to show you the Python, and this is also really good with quick scoping. And I'm not sure, like, it's really hard to tell who's using this, because you don't even need a scope on your LR anymore. You literally don't even need a scope on your fucking LR. It's so dumb, because you just have this crosshair. And like I said before, you literally can hide this so no one can see. It hides it. If you use a certain overlay in OBS, no one can see. I mean, it's really obvious if you're using it because you're literally hitting every shot. But someone could just say that they're good, right? Like if you're watching, like I'm gonna use H as an example. Like he probably doesn't use this, Like he doesn't seem like the person that would want to use something like this anyways, because it's just fun to play with. But if people are trying to make videos and they're already decent at the game and they just use this, they literally look like they're insane at the game, and they're really not. They're just using a crosshair that you don't have access to. I'm gonna show you Python. I mean, it's the same with every gun. Like, I can only show you it's so many. And then I'll show you without and like how bad I fucking become. So, oh yeah, one thing I noticed too is that when you no scope, you can't really no scope because it's inaccurate. So you just like tap right click and then just. It's actually ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't be able to do this that fast with this. I mean, I don't know. I'm still like I'm having a I'm conflicting with my own self because I'm not sure if this is really giving you that big of an advantage, but it really does feel like it is. Okay, so I'm gonna take it off now. I'm not fucking one-tapping everything. See, like, once you get used to it, it's fine. But the thing is, if you're in like like vanilla, right? You're not always shooting, so it's not gonna be like really easy to do that. You're gonna have to be really warm, and then like from this distance, it's gonna be AIDS to even do that. Where with the crosshair, it's really easy. So I'm gonna do this with bow. I'm just gonna do it up close. Like, I practice just like bow jumping a lot, so I might be headshotting a lot. Well, like, I'm not even used to this right now, but. Yeah, like you can see how worse I got when I took out the crosshair. And that's literally the difference between someone using it and someone not. So someone that's literally worse than you at aiming can be using a crosshair and you wouldn't know. And they're not gonna get banned for it. So I almost feel like Rust should add, even though it's like Rust tries to stay to its roots of being a realistic game. But the moment you do that, you allow people to get an advantage since everyone doesn't have the availability of getting a crosshair, if that makes sense. So you almost feel like they should add the option to put a crosshair in. The same they did with the gamma, where they made it so you can't change the gamma on the game. They should make everyone have a crosshair, or take away the ability to have a crosshair by, I don't know what would they do. Like, if you quick scope, maybe it's inaccurate, but that's kind of annoying for people who actually are using a crosshair. So like, what would you do? Here, I'll switch to the LR, the L9 I mean. Like, before I was really instant-dinking everything. But with this, yeah. Even with so yeah, that's basically one of the problems in this game. If you have I think if you have the availability for the crosshair, you use it. You literally just use it, because you're not really cheating. You're not cheating. You're just you're getting an advantage. It's like using gamma, but for your fucking aim. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. And here, I'm gonna show you one more time on how you can hide it. I'm not gonna show you how to hide it, but I'm gonna show you that I'm hiding it. So I'm putting the sticker on right now. It's on. You probably cannot see it. You shouldn't be able to. This is it with it on. Oh. Like the thing is, you might argue like I have time to line up a shot or something. But that's not like the whole reason I'm talking about this. It's just first, if you're getting the first shot on someone, you already have the lead, right? Like you're pressuring them. You got to think about it. So if you're already having the advantage of when they peek you, you literally just get used to this and you can snap. Like I'm not really. Oh yeah, and also I keep forgetting to say this. Since your crosshair doesn't bounce up and down, it doesn't really distort your aim that much. So pulling down is just, you just pull down with the sticker and you pull down a little bit more than you usually do, and then you would just headshot. But yeah. I'm gonna do the bow again. Just well, I don't really need to.